Hi, and welcome back. I was hoping that this video was going to be on the BaoFeng BTECH BF-F8HP PRO. I was going to do a range test to see how far I could get between the radios and what kind of distance I could get out of these. And I started to do that, but I wasn't getting very far. In fact, I was only getting around a mile, and I was having a hard time getting the GPSs to communicate to each other. So I thought to myself, there's either something wrong with one of the radios, or possibly it could be the antenna. So what I did is I took off the antennas and I hooked up the antennas to my NanoVNA. And what you can do with this is you can put a frequency range in. So I did a frequency range on 2 meter and 70 centimeter. And what it will do is graph the SWR between the frequency range you put in it. And I'll show you the results of it. But needless to say, one of the antennas had a really high SWR. So I had a defective antenna. Now, I bought this radio through Amazon, and I bought it on January 6th. It is now January, I think it's the 28th. And I could have just sent the radio back and got a new one through Amazon, but I thought that's kind of a waste of money. And they're going to have to label the radio defective. And I kind of didn't want to do that to the company, so I thought I just need an antenna, so why not go through customer support with BTECH, which I did. This was on a Sunday, and I sent in a request, and I heard back, I believe it was Tuesday, and they gave me an RMA number, and they said, fine, just ship the antenna back, and we'll send you a new one. And I thought that's great, but I saw that I have to pay for shipping to send it to them. And I wasn't very happy with that. I don't think it's going to be very much money, but just the fact that I have a defective antenna, and with that kind of customer support, I mean, to me, that's just going to encourage people to send the entire radio back through. It'll end up costing the company more money. So anyway, I'm going to send the antenna back, and we'll see how long it takes to get it back, and I'll share that with you. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you what kind of performance we get out of this antenna. So let's go ahead and look at the results. My good antenna from the radio. And if you look on here, we're looking at the 70 centimeter band, and we're going from 420 megahertz to 450 megahertz. So as you can see, our SWR looks like it falls a little below 1.25 and goes all the way up to around 2.4 SWR. The bad antenna, and you can see the graph looks much different. It wasn't as bad on the 70 centimeter band as it was on the 2 meter band, but you can still see that it's a higher SWR reading, and that the slope of the graph is much different than the good antenna. Here we have the 2 meter band from 144.1 megahertz to 148 megahertz. And as you can see on the good antenna, it starts just a little above 1.75 and goes all the way up to 2.5 SWRs. We have the bad antenna, and like I said, it's more obvious on the 2 meter band. You can see that the line is above the 3 on SWRs. So it's, like I said, it's really obvious when you're on the 2-meter band. The heck of it, I thought I would hook it up to my Surecom SWR meter. And as you can see, I was getting an SWR of 4.31, which is way too high for that antenna. The heck of it, I thought I would hook up the antenna for the 1.25 meter band. And as you can see, this antenna goes a little above. It starts on 220 megahertz. It's around probably about 1.6, and it drops all the way down to around 1.4 SWRs. So the 2-meter antennas, or the 1.25 meter antenna, is, in my opinion, pretty well tuned for this radio. So there you have it. Not quite the video I wanted to make. I was really hoping to do a range test, but we'll save that for another day. But still an interesting video testing the SWR using a NanoVNA. We get a better picture of what the true SWR is versus using an SWR meter like the Surecom that I did in a previous video, because we can only get a snapshot of one frequency, where with the NanoVNA we can see the entire band and graph it out. So I'll keep you informed on how my return goes with BTECH. Like I said, I had an issue once before, a question, and they were pretty quick on the response. I just think they could do better with, like Amazon, and send you a return label so it would not cost you money out of your pocket. And like I said, I think that will cost them more money in the end, because people will just send the entire radio back through Amazon if they purchased it through them. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.